Hello everyone, welcome to the Global UAV Technologies CEO podcast and interview. My name is Trevor Hall, I'm the Marketing Director for Global UAV Technologies. I was able to connect with Mike Burns earlier today and we actually had a pretty long conversation, so we're going to change things up a little bit and we're going to cut down the conversation into 3 different sections, and we'll be releasing each interview section in the coming days. Today we're going to share with you part 1, where Mike and I discuss some updates with the public perception of the company from a service provider to a drone technology company, which is provides some really nice insights for shareholders and potential investors of the company. So without further ado, we will get started with that interview. Thank you so much and enjoy. Mike, good morning. Where are you, and what are you up to today?
Hi, Trevor. Nice to speak to you again. I'm in sunny San Diego right now, doing some business development, meeting with some potential new clients. So it's been a whirlwind trip. Lots of traveling, lots of different cities in the last month, but it's going very well.
Good. I'm glad to hear that, and I'm sure investors and shareholders are happy to hear that as well. I've got a list of questions for you that we want to get underway, so we'll just get started. It's been really interesting because up until now, investors have been looking at Global as a strong service company with good revenues. But now we're seeing a transition into a technology and research division, and that's really shining. How has this changed the public perception of the company from its original foundation?
That's a really good question, and it's something that the public is starting to see. So we've obviously known about this for a while internally, that our strengths really lie in two aspects of the company. One is identifying ways to make money in the UAV industry, and that's a lot easier said than done. So clearly, from our revenues and our growing revenues, we have a sound understanding of how to put businesses together that actually turn revenues and make profits in the UAV world. And on the other side of that, we have a very strong technology development, R&D, engineering powerhouse that is coming up with new technology for the sector internally. This part of the company, until recently, hasn't really shone through in the public perception. Tech companies take a long time to bring things to market. We are working on multiple projects that will really have an impact in terms of the technology that we're bringing onto the stage, but also just the aspect of how we're solving some of the problems that are plaguing the industry right now, including aspects of the technology required to fly beyond visual line of sight, conduct deliveries, work in harsh environments. All of that requires technology development, and we're really proud to have a spectacular team of engineers that are able to solve some of these outstanding issues on the tech front, but also bring new products to the market. So it's very exciting for us.
Mm-hmm. And a follow-up question based on that answer, Mike. I mean, we did see kind of a drop in technology stocks this week. Due to this integration into the public technology markets, how has this affected our share price and value as a company?
So it's always a little bit difficult to read into the short term of how our price fluctuates, depending on even things like news release announcements. What we have is a really sound group of investors. We have major institutionals invested in our company. We have major shareholders backing up. And what we're doing is different than any other company out there right now in the UAV space. We are really leading the path in a couple of routes in terms of what we're doing in our services divisions. We're flying drones today per month more than a lot of our competitors are in an entire year. We're able to rapidly bring new technology to the market, but we also have the ability to identify, because of our experience as a really successful service provider and our growing services division, we can identify areas that need improvement and develop products to fill those gaps. The market perception of us becoming a technology development company or developing that division within Global, it takes a little while before that gets reflected in our valuation and our share price. What we do have, though, is a lot of exposure. Our stories and our news and what we're doing internally are getting picked up by some of the industry leaders in the market in terms of the publishing houses, but also the leading industry organizations like AUVSI. And it's really exciting to see that what we're doing on the technology front is actually making waves in the UAV industry worldwide. And that really, eventually the market and the investors will catch on to this, and that's my job as CEO, to put that in front of them and explain to them the impact of what we're doing here at Global. So we're building a company on a really solid foundation.
That concludes part one of my interview with Mike Burns and this episode of the Global UAV Technologies CEO interview. Stay tuned to all social media channels from Global UAV Technologies as we release part 2 and 3 in the coming days. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Trevor Hall. Have a great day.